Hey guys, did you know that the Yamaha OPL FM synthesizer is not the most advanced, and there are a few games that actually sound nicer on a different audio chip? Well, I also had no idea. So let's dive straight into some audio recordings and check it out. We are listening to a recording on this Labway sound card with a Yamaha YMF 718S sound chip. So that sounds just like what we expect from a Yamaha OPL3 chip. If you had a Sound Blaster back in the DOS days, it will sound very familiar to your ears. And now we're listening to the same game but on a different audio chip. Have a guess of what it might be? It will be revealed very soon in this video. Now that recording sounds quite a bit nicer, and remember, this is still FM, not general MIDI. In terms of quality, if I place it on a scale, let's say general MIDI over here and FM synth over there, I would say it's somewhere in between. It can't compete with a high-end general MIDI device like this one. This is the Dream Blaster X16 GS. Let's listen to this one just so we have a comparison. So yeah, to summarize things so far, we have an audio chip that in some supported games sounds nicer than the Yamaha OPL FM synth. In the Interaction magazine from 1993, I found a nice advertisement from Creative, and look at that, we've got a nice lineup here. The original Sound Blaster had the Yamaha OPL2 chip. The Sound Blaster Pro came in two versions. The first one had dual OPL2 chips, and the newer Sound Blaster Pro had a Yamaha OPL3 chip, and the Sound Blaster 16, at least the first versions, also came with the Yamaha OPL3. MediaVision was another company making sound cards. Here we have a look at the Pro Audio Spectrum, and this sound card also would use two Yamaha OPL2 FM chips on their sound card. And later, MediaVision would sell this card. It is the Pro Audio Spectrum 16, and this one, yeah, you guessed it, also came with the Yamaha OPL3 FM chip. So most of the early sound cards did have a genuine Yamaha OPL FM chip, but companies had to pay a fee to Yamaha. And of course, companies, they strive to maximize their profits to their shareholders, so they were looking at ways to save some money. Creative was no exception, and starting with some of their Sound Blaster 16 cards, they developed their own FM solution, the infamous CQM. I've got a recording here, and you can hear quite a difference between what the Yamaha sounds like and the Creative version. In general, in the retro PC community, a sound card without a genuine Yamaha FM chip is considered to be less valuable, less desirable, and not as nice sounding. ESS is another company that made audio chips, and their early sound cards also came with a Yamaha OPL FM. But starting with the ES1688 audio processor, they developed their own version called ESFM. I must say, when doing research, I struggled finding authentic, period correct reviews, prices, advertisements of these audio chips, and I believe the reason is these ended up mostly in OEM machines. Now, in the retro PC community, ESS and ESFM has a fairly good reputation. In most games, it sounds very close to the Yamaha OPL, but there are a few games where the differences are greater. Cards with the ESS audio drive chip on them, well, they are also quite affordable compared to some of the more expensive models out there. The signal is clean, the drivers are easy to use, and compatibility with games is actually pretty good. Still, they have a reputation of, well, they are just another Sound Blaster Pro clone with nothing else going for them. Well, that is until earlier this year when a ESFM music disc was released. So we will check out what that sounds like, and do remember, this is FM in action. It's not sampled based tracker music. At this point, I just want to stop for a moment and actually really appreciate the retro PC community. This is a sound chip, it's almost 30 years old, and to this day, people out there make new discoveries and new developments. And just listening to this demo disc, the ESFM music disc on my retro PC on this sound card, I got goosebumps. It's such an interesting and exciting experience, and it's really why I love doing these videos and why I want to share the passion for this hobby. And I also love the people that develop new products for our old retro PC. There are two sound card gurus out of Greece, and they are working on a ESS audio drive sound card. In the datasheet of the ES1869 audio drive chip, it tells us exactly what's going on. The FM synth can operate in two different modes: emulation mode and native mode. So in emulation mode, it is register compatible with the OPL3 FM synthesizer, but in native mode, it can do much more. It has increased capabilities and performance for more realistic music. I saw support for this native mode in two areas. The first one is under Windows 98. You can go into the MIDI options and select ESFM. And the other one is under DOS. Games supporting the Miles audio interface library as of version 3, I believe, they seem to have support for ESFM native mode. If you don't have access to real hardware and you still want to try out ESFM, I have good news for you. Last year, the ESFM technology got reverse engineered. And very shortly after that, it got emulated with the ESFMU emulator. I've been told that ESFM is now supported in DOSBox X, although I couldn't find any official documentation confirming this. I had more luck with DOSBox staging. You can try out the release candidate version of 0.82. Here we go. These are the release notes. It has a bit of background information about ESFM and also very useful. There is a short list of supported games that you can try out. It's time to listen to a few more recordings. So guys, the ESS audio drive, it's really a sleeper audio chip. The ESFM native mode, yeah, it didn't get much attention, but it's definitely causing a big discussion in the retro PC community, and it gets me excited. The games that do support it sound lovely and a definite step up from the Yamaha OPL. What is also good is that you shouldn't have too much trouble finding a sound card with an ESS audio drive chip. At least when I shop around, prices are comparably low compared to like a Gravis Ultrasound or something crazy like an Adlib Gold. But even some of the Creative Labs Sound Blaster 16 cards go for obscene amounts of money, especially if it's one that doesn't have the hanging MIDI bug or comes with a genuine Yamaha OPL chip. When doing audio recordings, I notice things like how much noise is there in the background and can we hear any computer thinking noises, and the ESS audio drive chips, they are beautiful for recording, much better than some of the Creative Labs Noise Blaster cards. And who knows, maybe in the future someone will write a General MIDI conversion driver converting from General MIDI to ESFM. You never know what's going to happen with this awesome retro PC community. Every day something new is discovered. Now, with all this excitement, I have to point out that games supporting the ESFM, well, they also support General MIDI. So if you have a high-end General MIDI device, then the games will sound even better. So do keep that in mind. But still, it's an opportunity for us to listen to games, experience games in a new light, and listening to music that most people on this planet have never had the pleasure to hear. And now I want to hear from you guys. What is your opinion on ESFM and the whole topic about it has to be Yamaha OPL? There are quite a few purists out there. If it's not an OPL3 chip on the sound card, they are not interested. So I want to hear your opinion and do share your story. What was your first sound card? For me, it was a Sound Blaster 1.5. I worked over the summer holidays, around 4 weeks or something like that, and all the cash I earned, I bought my first Sound Blaster, and yeah, I never looked back. It was such a fantastic experience playing all the games again, but instead of the PC speaker, I now had lovely FM music. And yeah, so guys, thank you so much for watching and the support on the channel. I'm really enjoying life at the moment, making these videos, sharing the passion. So yeah, that's it for me for this one, and I shall see you soon with another one.